food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA, 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
0 Hour Life Center, Marion County's recovery community organization. The time for change is now. Call 352-765-4943.
People ask me why I've worked at Palm Garden for so long, and I tell them it's the people. I love to hear the life stories, especially those from the greatest generation. Celebrating life stories is what sets Palm Garden apart, finding out what's important to them. And I love being a resource. Like Macy's Santa, if I can't help, I'll send them to Gimbel's. After all, Palm Garden is located on 34th Street. I'm Jan from Palm Garden. Call me and let's chat. 854-6262.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Hey, the best deals of this new year are waiting for you right now at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Do you need proof? Well, how about this? It's camellia time. And Bob Wines has them by the hundreds. No, by the thousands. Starting with his famous budded and blooming heirloom camellias. They start at just $9.99. And yes, those shade-loving Super Japonica camellias, they're beginning to bloom right now, and they're just $19.99. And yes, it's time to plant trees, and Bob Wines has a super selection. They're all low-priced shade trees. You buy one, you get one at half price. The same is true for citrus trees. Buy one, get one at half price. So start your year right with a wonderful visit to this 5-acre garden. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. They're on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, away from all the traffic, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person, it's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz on a Tuesday as we wrap up the show. We talked yesterday about my feelings about how there was collusion between Google and Amazon and Apple and Twitter, Facebook to shutter competition, to censor ideals that they didn't necessarily agree with. Mainly we were talking about they're denying President Trump access to any of the sites. And then Parler, which was a social networking service favored by a lot of people that favored President Trump, that were getting put in Facebook jail for their, what Facebook called rhetoric that was not proven, and how they went over and switched to this Parler site, which didn't have the same stringent, strict rules of you either say what we want you to say or we'll put you in Facebook jail. But they do, on the other hand, don't monitor, and there's some vile, hateful, and downright violent-themed posts that were on Parler. Well, Amazon, who AWS is where Parler was being hosted at, Amazon said that Parler was detrimental to the safety, and this is how they use it. They always use safety. Parliament was detrimental to the safety of the country, and the fact that the people who run Parler were doing nothing to try to stay on top of people who were touting violence and insurrection. So they said, you're not allowed on our servers anymore. Then Apple and Google took it a step farther by even taking the app off of their app stores. So Parler now has no app on the App Store, and it has no place to host for it. So effectively, it's made Parler useless. Well, Parler struck back late yesterday, at a complaint filed with the U.S. District Court in Seattle. Parler said Amazon, by shuttering its accounts, was apparently motivated by political animus and apparently designed to reduce competition in the micro-blogging service market to the benefit of Twitter. It is seeking a court order to require Amazon to reinstate its account, block it from suspending services it had contractual for. It's also seeking unspecified damages. It said that Amazon basically is violating antitrust law by suspending its account. It had a contract with Amazon. Amazon says it's violated that contract by not self-policing some of the posts on its website. Parler says that would be akin to denying free speech, although people always get free speech messed up. So Parler's now suing Amazon and looking for an injunction requiring Amazon to put it back on its servers. We'll see how that comes out. But this has to, Sonny was right yesterday. Sonny brought up that this is akin to the way the railroads had to be brought into understanding or brought into the know that they could not just arbitrarily deny people service or jack the price up for services thousands of dollars because they didn't like the person or because they didn't like their ideals. Well, that's basically what these web hosting companies are doing. If we don't like your message, we'll just throw you off. And it was, by the way, it was in our agreement we signed with you in that really small print. So sorry, you agreed to it. Amazon's stock has fallen. Twitter's stock has fallen. You know, surprisingly enough, after the storming of the Capitol, President Trump's approval rating got over 50% for the first time ever. It's kind of strange. But the new technology of the 21st century, social media, is going to have to go through some growing pains. This is one of them. They can't just arbitrarily decide to shut people down because you don't agree with the message. People say it's an infringement of First Amendment. Not technically. The government's not shutting them down. They have an agreement. It's a private business and another private business that went into a contractual agreement. One says you violated the contract. Now you got to go to court to see who's right. But it didn't violate your First Amendment right. People always get that wrong. Oh, they violated my First Amendment right. No, the government's the only people that can violate your First Amendment right. First Amendment says you have the right to free speech, the right to religion, and all, and the government can't put you in jail for what you say or how you believe. But you can't go into your office and have a client that you don't like come in, and you look at him and go, you're a jerk. I don't even know why we do business with you. I don't even like you. You're free to say that speech. Then your boss is free to fire you. And he didn't violate your freedom of speech. You're free to go into an African-American neighborhood if you would like. You're free to stand in the middle of a basketball court where a large group of African-American gentlemen have gathered to play basketball. And you are free to yell the N-word all you want. And then they're free to exercise their right to beat you to a pulp for you being ignorant. They didn't violate your First Amendment right of free speech. They just showed you if you're going to be ignorant, stupid people win stupid prizes. Freedom of speech says the government can't prosecute you for speaking out against them. Doesn't say Amazon can't drop you for speaking out against the government that they like and you don't. It's in that little bitty agreement that nobody reads. You just scroll down till it says accept and you accept it. When you scroll down, if you've ever read one of those, when you scroll down, if you read them all, it takes about 45 minutes to read one. You pretty much give away every option to the decision makers at these places. That's just fact. People go, I don't know how my Facebook was able to sell my information and give my pictures away and use my pictures in advertising, because somewhere in that agreement that you accepted before you could become a member of Facebook, one of the lines said that's what Facebook was going to do, and you agreed to it. That's how it works. But Parler suing Amazon, saying they violated the antitrust law. Now, they may have a leg to stand on there. I don't know. But this is two private businesses. This is not a First Amendment issue. This is two private businesses and a contractual. Did you violate the contract or did you violate the contract? That's the question that has to be asked. But Parler taking Amazon to court for shutting down the Parler site on its servers. You know, I'm interested to see how this comes out. That's going to bring a close to this episode of Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. I'd like to thank Master Gardener Carolyn Baldwin for being here this morning. Matt Gibbs for being here. Auto repair with personal care with Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Auto. Got it right, Matt. I'd also like to thank the people that called in and contributed, and everybody that sent me emails. If you want to get in touch with me, Tom, T-O-M, at WOCA.com, or any morning you can just call 622-9622, and I'll take your call. But if you want to leave me an email, Tom at WOCA.com. Hey, thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, same bat time, same bat channel.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Sheldon Adel